episode 20.
Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
Production.
7 Mile Radio.
Peace, peace, peace. What up, though? This is the Go Real or Go Home show. I am Kong G, Kong Comedy, you know what I'm saying? And we are here for 1 hour of what is, what was, and what will be. Oh, yeah, I don't get to hear that. All right, bet. So we glad y'all here, man.
You never
My
hear.
guest,
I don't
never
even know.
hear.
I don't
No,
know.
I'm good. I'm good. That's why I'm gonna do my intro. We gonna be straight. I'm coming with the bars real soon. The Go Real or Go Home intro. Y'all get ready for that. Hold on, let me get this live on. How do I find myself? I'm on live on 7 Mile Update. There I go. All right, bet. Okay, so look. I had to find myself. Okay, so first, before we get started, y'all check out this sweater. You know what I'm saying? The Con Comedy. Y'all better laugh, right? This is my new sponsor. You know what I'm saying? Always Detroit. Shout out to Always Detroit. They gonna keep me fresh from now on when it's time for me to do my shows. I appreciate this. Y'all know I love that blue. You know what I'm saying? So, our guest today online is Juju Standalone. You know what I'm saying? It's a family member, a close friend of mine, but she thought this was some old school call-in show. You know what I'm saying? She ain't know we had the whole studio with the hookup and the bam bams and all that. So hopefully she get a chance to call in. She gonna have to sneak away from work or go to a stall or something. I don't know what she gonna have to do. But we getting right into this. How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you, man?
I'm all right, man. Taking it one day at a time. Juneteenth is coming, and I'm doing comedy shows, and I'm working 2 jobs. It's crazy.
Man, the
I got
grind,
4
the grind
kids.
is real.
It's crazy. I got 4 of them. But it's all right, though. We out here. Shout out to all the fathers, the ones who doing their best, who do everything they can every day. We appreciate y'all. And shout out to the ones that's on the run, too. You know what I'm saying? Run, nigga, run. You know what I'm saying? I can't go. They all know my real name. I ain't know dudes was meeting chicks and only giving them nicknames. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all she had was the nickname and the spot he took her to. You know, I didn't know that. I'm taking people to barbecues, meeting family and shit. They pulling up to aunties' houses with pregnancy tests and shit.
Oh, man.
Tell your nephew. Like, damn. So, we gonna talk today. We was talking about. She said, "Let's talk about thoughts." I say, well, if we gonna talk about thoughts, we gonna have to give them their props too. No, we ain't just gonna dog nobody. You feel me? She's like, oh well, nah, because she just wanted to dog them. She just wanted to drag them. You know what I'm saying? She said, well, let's talk about poly relationships. I'm like, all right, I can do that. I know a little bit. I know a little bit about a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the pros and the cons. You know what I'm saying? So if you got any pros and cons of poly relationships or relationships in general, go on and post them on there. You know what I'm saying? Write your pros and cons. What's a couple of cons, like the negatives to a relationship? Whether it's, you and your significant other, you know what I'm saying, or you and 2, 3 people, however y'all doing it. Name one of the things, regardless, you can't get away from. This is one of the cons of a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And then throw the pros up. For the most part, we all know the pros, but everybody's point of view is different, and that's what social media has helped us understand. Perception is everything. You know what I'm saying? So talk about what let us know what your pros and cons of relationships is. So we're going to get into this poly thing because it's a big thing, apparently, at least on social media it is, First off, Mark, how do you feel about the idea of polygamous relationships or polyamorous and, the multifaceted?
I understand the concept of it, and I do believe that it could work for some people. You know what I mean? It's a realistic concept. I'll say. I don't know if it's something that I could involve myself in, but it's realistic. It's a realistic concept.
Okay. So first, let's talk about why people hate it so much.
Well, I believe the reason why some people hate it is because it's simply not for them, and they don't understand the concept of it because they could never see themselves in it, so they don't understand why someone else would be in it. You know what I'm saying? selfish, I guess you want to say. You know what I mean? I don't want to say selfish. I mean, because like it's a bad thing in that situation, but they can't see themselves sharing their mate. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's somebody of the same sex or the opposite, or you know what I mean, they just don't see themselves being in a three-way relationship, and they don't think that it's nasty. You know what I'm saying? It's because the majority of the people look at it with a view of seeing it only from the sexual angle. Like it's three people having sex. They don't see the benefits of maybe three incomes in the household or You know what I'm saying?
All right, hold on. You're getting now. You didn't talk about the cons. You done said some cons, right? We're gonna dig into those. So first, let's talk about sharing, right?
Okay.
You said people don't want to share their mate, right? Which is a rightful thing, right? We don't want to share their mate. That does get into ownership in a bit of a way, though, right? Married people definitely own each other. And they speak about each other in a sense of ownership. God has given them this person to have and to hold, to honor, protect. That's my wife. That's my husband. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's definitely a sense of ownership when it comes to, what is the word for a relationship when it's just two people? What is it? Monogamous?
Yeah.
I almost said monotonous.
I don't like
a monotonous relationship,
a regular relationship
that works too. You know what I'm saying?
All of the
monotonous,
gametes,
monogamous. Okay, so
all of the gametes confuse
right.
me.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
so when it comes to sharing, I've known people who've gotten into the community work. Right? You can be an entertainer. You can be a healer. When it comes to sharing your mate, they have issues with that, right? Because relationships, there can be people who are just possessive. You feel me? They have men and women who give of themselves to the community, who give of themselves to their customers, give of themselves to their patients, and they didn't have to come home and battle with their other, you know what I'm saying, based on how accessible they are to the people they're looking out for. You know what I'm saying? You always getting up for them. You always leaving for them. You out all night for them. You know what I'm saying? I know people who feed the homeless sometimes. They won't get home till 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night trying to find that one person they know they need to feed. It get like that for some people, So sharing is a big thing. Now, when we get into the intimacy of it, sharing your secrets, sharing your body, one thing for sure, any poly relationship, 90% of the time is going to involve some sexual aspects. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely going to involve all the emotional and the mental aspects of a relationship. So that is an openness that is rare. It's rare, but it's more common than one would think, right? When it comes to multi-people in a relationship, it's already happening, right? I don't have sex with all my kids' mothers, but I have 3 women in the world automatically off top that I owe something to. You feel me? They also feel like they can divulge their problems and issues to me. You know what I'm saying? So emotionally and mentally, I'm already tied to 3 people. You know what I'm saying? So anything beyond this is like, how am I not in, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So a lot of people who are dealing with people who have other kids by other people, divorced, however that works out, they're already sharing. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying because of that you're supposed to hop into the bed with each other. I'm just saying when we're talking about sharing, there's a lot of different ways that happen and a lot of different emotions that get involved in that and personalities and attitudes that get involved in sharing. You know what I'm saying?
So, like what you're saying is basically a lot of people are in poly relationships on different levels, whether they like it or not.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? They already open or not, depending on how drama-filled your relationship. You feel me? That shows you how much that person is not down with sharing. You got your baby mama, you done decided to go over there and look out for them for. Why you gotta go over there? There you go. She not cool with this. You know what I'm saying? She not cool with sharing you this much with your children's mother. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you constantly running into trouble. She's not cool with this semi-poly,
right,
pseudo-poly relationship that's been created that she did sign into.
But she did opt into it. She did
sign into it. And if you with a dude or with a woman who's righteous about it, there's going to be communication with that other person. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be pictures and outings where that person's going to want to be there. That's if we had them maturely. You feel me? I had parents who decided to hate each other and I couldn't get them to come to a fucking Ford Field game together. They found out they was in the same stadium and one of them left. You feel me? Like, damn, it's 20,000 people. I'm not going to be waiting on you with her. You know what I'm saying? The pettiness of it all. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, sharing is a problem, right? Now, when you talk about the intimacy of it, when it gets physical, you know what I'm saying? Obviously that's a con for it. That's where the biggest con come from with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like the cleanliness of it, first of all, right? Because we can say that it's ungodly, but a lot of the people who will cite God don't go to church, so I'm not gonna deal with that part with you. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to bring God up when you want to make your points, but He ain't in your life no other time. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely dangerous, right? It involves a lot of trust for people to have amongst themselves. But sex already involves that trust. You feel me? A man and a woman are together, and this is some real shit. A man and a woman are together, and somebody gets an STD, right? The woman gets an STD. She mad as hell at the dude, right? Now, he is definitely wrong on all accounts. But he is also now experiencing the fact that he hurt that somebody didn't burn his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, what about the fact I trusted this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying?
You're not supposed to add no comedic angle to this, man.
But that's true, though, because, listen, you have fucked up, so you don't get a chance to be upset in that right? So after your girl cuss you out, you now have to go and cuss somebody else out because they hurt you. You feel me? You trusted someone else, right? So with a poly relationship, it's like when somebody burning, it's like somebody done got us sick. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I know people get real serious about keeping things inside. Like one of my kids' mom, I tell people all the time, one of my kids' mom was a stud. She was like one of the bros. And we was messing around, and we was messing around, and she kept telling me she kept telling me the rules, right? She like, the rules, like, I can't have no baby, you know what I'm saying? Talking about the rules of her community, I don't have no baby, it was gonna fuck up my little situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, bet. But people break those rules. You feel me? And now here she is, my kid's mom. Oh, you feel me? And she done grew her hair out. She beautiful, you know what I'm saying? She was beautiful then, actually, that's why I seen her. You feel me? You know, I make fun of it, but I seen her. You feel me? And I love her for it. But, dog, it was like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, but listen, so people break the rules, and that's the things about poly relationships. A man will be given the free reign and right to have 3-4 women and somehow fuck that up with one he won't stop fucking with. You feel me? He gonna break the rules and step outside of the 2-3 women who said he can have them. In every single way, he's still fucking with that one. Because people always want what they can't have. Those people still exist in every single type of relationship. You understand what I'm saying? So the same things you're going to go through no matter what you're attracted to. No matter who you love, you're going to go through the possibilities of the same drama exist everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I hashtagged was the poly relationships, the relationships he poly can't afford, right? I seen someone say that on Facebook. He was like, I'm not going to talk about relationships. Michelle, a sister named Michelle on Facebook, so I'm not going to talk about relationships you poly can't afford. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about that, right? Because this is the thing. One thing for sure when it comes to those poly relationships, and sisters ring that bell all the time because that's a bell to ring. When a woman submits to you wholly in such a way, right? And people know when it comes to those dom-sub relationships, those rules and all that, when you really talking about submitting, a poly relationship are people submitting to each other. When they submit to each other, bro, and a woman say, you know what, yeah, we're going to go ahead and break all the social rules and we're going to dive into what we want this to be, she shouldn't have to pay for much. Damn near nothing. You feel me? Because what type of kingdom are you building? You know what I'm saying? Like, now, if that's what you want, then work towards the tax bracket and then approach those women. You know what I'm saying? Because they exist. But to ask those 2 or 3 women to struggle on the way up with you, bro, you playing with fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, you playing with fire, boy. Listen, man. Listen. You're going to have that money, and expectedly so and deservedly so. You have to have that money. Not that those women are about money, but, dog, why should I want anything from you? You the one said you wanted 2 women. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they decide, well, brothers who do this, men who do this, you have a decision to make. Is it going to be one household? You feel me? Is it going to be, they all in different households? You know, because then that changes your income, that changes your bills. Like, I like what you said. They don't see it as 3 incomes in a house, right? Average income in the hood what, $30,000? If that.
If that.
If that. Average income $30,000. Y'all all getting one crib. It's $100,000 house. Right? Things change for you in a year's time. Now this is another part of this poly thing that people don't talk about, right? It don't have to be about sex.
That's the point that
sex don't even have to be in it. You feel me? Mm-hmm. It's still gonna take a whole level of maturity and understanding. But sex ain't even gotta be in it. The fact that you have decided to be the man that's gonna protect these 2, 3, 4 women, however you're gonna do that, that's still that. You're gonna create some rules for y'all to get along. Y'all gonna create some understandings to get along. That's cool. You ain't having sex with all of them. But they not all worried about their bills either. We all putting this money together for this building or for this bus or for whatever the hell y'all putting together. You know what I'm saying? It can definitely be a financial play. You know what I'm saying? So it's really up to how you want to play it. When I was on a moving crew, we was out in Rochester Hills. I ain't never seen houses like that. You feel me?
Man.
2, 3 whole kitchens, wraparound driveways. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But one of the houses that was particularly interesting to me, we moved them out. It was 3 couples living there. All of them over 40, right? And they said, well, all our children are in college, right? They grown. We've been friends forever. It was like, why keep paying 3 mortgages when we can live in a better house and pay 1? The house was so damn big, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I'm on this side, they on this side, they downstairs. You know what I'm saying? It's 7 rooms in this bitch and 8 bathrooms. You know what I'm saying? But that's how they did that. Now, you know, we moving like, man, they be in this bitch getting it in. You know what I'm saying? You know, you make up all the perverted stories, you know what I'm saying, and the little freaky shit, but in actuality, they possibly could have, used to be, never have, never will. All those possibilities exist, you know what I'm saying? But the point is, financially, they was winning. And they was living good as hell. And it helped me understand that there's a lot of different ways to be out here. And we just always think they got there one way. You feel me? We think they climbed their way through credit and saved up thousands of dollars. And they, you know, it's like, nah, sometimes they just got together and had some money. You know what I'm saying? And they cool with living together and sharing a space, you know. But when it comes, again, to sharing, the respect of sharing, if you can't clean up after yourself in a house, you can't be in a poly relationship. You feel me? You already a fuck up. Like, you already don't fit. You're already a messy person. You have to respect the person's space. If you're in a poly relationship, you got to respect time. You feel me? When it's someone else's time, it's someone else's time. You have to respect that. You can't even respect picking up behind yourself when you get done rolling up or eating or some shit. Like, you're not ready to share. You're not ready to share a house, let alone a relationship.
Fuckers can't even share a blunt.
You can't even share a blunt. Man, listen, man. Last week, good brother man's of mine, man. We smoking together. He handed me a blunt so wet. I'm like, niggas, you trying to kiss me? Like, I can't, I'm not, no, bro. No, I roll my own. I got enough trees to roll my own, smoke my own, not rolling with nobody else. That's how I stayed away from COVID, too. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't smoking nobody else's blunt.
Yeah,
that's
you know what I'm saying?
I'm like, I don't know. Is it traveling through the relos? I don't know. They ain't told us that yet. You know what I'm saying? They was gonna let a bunch of niggas in the joint in the hood just get sick, you know. But so poly relationships, we talked about the cons. Obviously, is the sharing. That's the biggest con, right? The biggest con is having to share, because even with those who understand, they still run into those moments where someone needs you now when someone else needed you. You know what I'm saying? You cannot be in 2 places at one time. You cannot make everyone happy at one time. I tell people all the time, the thing that scared me away from it was, it's one thing to be cussed out by one woman. To be angry, for one woman to be mad at you is one thing. But in them poly relationships, you got 2 of them mad at you together, standing right there next to each other. Oh my God, dog. It was like, it's too much. It's too much. But the good thing about it, though, when I pushed one of my cousins into it, and him and his wives are doing very well. They've been doing well for a few years. The thing is, it can keep down a lot of drama if y'all can just consolidate your households for just a couple years. You got a man that's already bouncing back and forth between 2 women. It's already known. He got a baby by you and a baby by her. When you mad at him, he over here. When she mad at him, he back over here. If you would just make a phone call that said, okay, this is what we gonna do to reel this on in. Because in reality, dog is getting away with money y'all don't know he got. He getting away with time y'all don't know he got. That's why he still got time to fuck with somebody else. because y'all bickering with each other rather than working together. It was like, all right, bet. Let's figure out how much money he making. Let's figure out how much money there is. You feel me? And let's work together, getting it together. When this was presented to me, it was the reason women are beefing with other women coming into their relationships because that woman is looking to remove you from that relationship, right? She see you, she like you, and whatever you want, she's most of the time looking to take you from the woman you're with, right? If that wasn't the case, more women would be okay with whatever else is going on. You know what I'm saying? If we're all on the same page, then that's fine, right? So, again, it takes a lot of understanding. But for the women who call those women weak, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely not that. That's like them saying you weak for only being able to handle one man. You know what I'm saying?
Just because it's not for you, it does not mean that, you know what I mean? It's not leverage for disrespect at the end of the day.
If he's not a millionaire, it can't be because he's, it can't be because of the money. You know what I'm saying? We can't look at all these women and say they have low self-esteem and they're being manipulated. Right. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, they just see some of these women. It's a benefit for outside of sex, right? It's more than these people are just looking at it, like I said in the beginning, they're looking at it for only the sexual aspect. I don't want to say benefit, like that aspect of it. Like you just messing around with multiple people. You just fucking that's not nowhere near the case.
But some people
a lot of times.
Some people are dog people and some people are cat people. Some people need a relationship 24/7 and some people don't. You feel me? Some people are totally fine with only seeing you when they see you. That's just how they rock because they got their own shit going on, or they just not one of those type of 24/7 love type people. You know what I'm saying? When those people meet each other, these type of things go fine. What's going wrong is men, and mostly men, let's just cut the shit. The men who are so interested in throwing this out, are they throwing it out to every woman? You feel me? And the fact that you think you can throw the idea out to every woman already shows that you fucking up. You can't even profile this properly.
So I'm about to say, because let's be honest, like everybody is not in it for the benefits of it outside of sex, right? Some dudes just really want two women to have sex with. You know what I mean?
I mean, yes,
and that's part of what you can tell when you see things like that, motherfuckers coming at it like that.
That's the pervert. That's why I say those people perverted it, make it look like pimping and all this other type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But
like when you campaigning it to every woman, you got to know, like, if this is really if you really doing it for what I would want to say is the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own right reasons, but that you wouldn't be pitching that shit to every woman because number one, every woman ain't gonna be for it. You know what I'm saying? Like every woman is not, like every woman wouldn't fit into it.
Right.
You know what
the only way, when I found out, the way I went about finding out if they was with it is I would just, in normal conversation, I would just tell them I already have a woman. You feel me? That was the beginning of it. Like, well, yes, I have a woman. And once my woman told me this was something I was able to do, I didn't hesitate to tell women I had women. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a woman already. And then it was, you have to become okay with losing conversations. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm straight. But some of them just continued to talk. You know what I'm saying? And my thing was, based on what I've seen, I didn't want these to look like no throwaway ass women or women who, for some reason, needed me. You know what I'm saying? I wanted it to look like as if they were able to choose. You chose me. Right? You know what I'm saying?
You gave you the option.
Yeah. So I was definitely interested in finding women who had their own businesses or was making their own money, who were not necessarily on welfare. You know what I'm saying? I just was profiling.
You're not looking just for a woman to fuck and shit.
Yes. And not looking for somebody who necessarily need to be taken care of either. That's not. I did not want those to be the motivating factors in this. You know what I'm saying? So in the beginning, that's what it was, and there was women who said no, and there was women who was like, oh, okay, so how she feel about you talking to somebody else? Like, well, I'm actually looking for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? She got this schedule, I got this schedule. You know what I'm saying? We trying to build this, we trying to save up this amount of money, and I need this type of attention, and you know what I'm saying? This type of support and help out here, and she don't really want to do this, she not interested in that. How do you feel it? You know what I'm saying?
It's whether that woman understands or not.
Right. And it was like, well, actually, I do like that. I do that already. You know what I'm saying? And they always wanted to meet her. You feel me? The whole thing was like, well, let me meet her. And then that was the biggest thing. Like, go talk to her. She's sane. She's not a hostage. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's usually what won that over. You know what I'm saying? Just like it was when I was in that other life. You know, remember I told you it wasn't me. It was the women that was finding women. It's the same thing with that. I didn't go out like I was some super dude. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, okay, he's straight and she cool too. All right, we'll see how it go. You know what I'm saying? The only person who could have fucked that up was me, and eventually I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was beautiful while it lasted. When I tell you, oh man, it was beautiful. It was amazing. And it wasn't the sexual part because, like most real people doing this, it's not about that. No, I've never had that happen. Nobody ever shared a bed. Women never touched each other. These were grown women who had that. You know what I'm saying? This they wasn't on that shit. They wasn't interested in that. You know what I'm saying? So. It definitely wasn't that, you know, but it was what I started calling a dance of us moving around each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then this is the con too. People who are into this have abandonment issues. They have separation anxiety. You feel me? They don't like being alone. They need a lot of attention. This is for all, or it's a person in there that don't need any attention and everything is balanced out, right? But somebody in there needs a lot of attention. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in there needs a whole lot of people on them all the time. And they just trying to, you know, thin the crowd, you know. And they picking the ones they're going to pick that's going to be all about them. But it's still going to be us, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that I never ended up alone for a while, for like a year, I was never by myself. And I loved it, you know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what I wanted. I didn't want to be by myself, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, some of those people have abandonment issues and separation anxiety. And they actually getting over the fact that if it was just them and one other person, they'll be calling them all the time and wondering where they at and when you pulling up, and you know what I'm saying. You got to figure out how to survive this shit, and some people have chosen that route. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they doing. So poly relationships are not for everyone. Relationships are not for everyone. Trust, reliability, accountability. Empathy is not for everyone, and you got to have all of that to have a solid relationship. I'm seeing some relationships thrive, ones that have really caught each other and found each other, and they're doing well. I've known 5 different couples that get married in the last 3 years, 2 in the pandemic, and 3 since. So love exists. The traditional love still exists. The traditional courting still exists, but a whole myriad of other loves exist as well. You know what I'm saying? And if we're going to be okay with people loving whoever they want to love, we're going to eventually have to be okay with people loving however many people they want to love. You know what I'm saying? Because to look at someone and tell them you can't possibly love me and someone else, well, that's just insane. You know what I'm saying? It's people out here in relationships right now that still love the first person they were ever with. It's women right now that love that first dude. Don't let him be in jail or dead. Right? That first love went to the joint or died. Oh, come on, dog. We already know it ain't nothing worse than living in the shadow of a dead boyfriend. You feel me? Like, man, come on. So many of us have experienced that. Or waiting to see what happens when the first baby daddy come home from the joint. Don't say you can't love me and someone else. A heart is big. Emotions are vast. You can love many people. Now, whether or not you have the time in your day or the money in your pocket. Now, those are feasible things we can talk about. Those are things you can put on the table, like, tell me how you going to take care of 2 houses when you can barely take care of this one. You feel me? Or how you going to love 2 women when you ain't even figured out how to love me. These are things you can actually put down. You know what I'm saying? You ain't give me nothing for my last motherfucking birthday. You want 2 women that's trying to figure out why you ain't give me shit for my birthday? Come on, man. You got to be ready for that. So when you're ready to be a whole man to one woman, then we'll figure out if you enough for two. You feel me? You know, but I do feel like on some village shit, if you decided, like, this is the thing. So here we are. You and a woman are in the house, right? Her sister's struggling out there, fucked up. And what we keep doing, talking about it. Loaning her money. You feel me? If she moves into your basement, right? And the trade-off is her babysitting your kids and cleaning up the house, and she looking for a job, all this, all that. How is she not your responsibility? You can act like she not, but let something go wrong. Let her kids need something. You feel me? Your queen already come to you, so how is she not coming to you? We're trying to get her up on her feet. So there's different ways to share and to combine housing to make things right. If you paying a babysitter outside your crib, but you got a cousin or a sister right now who's struggling trying to get her shit together, move her into that basement and make her a goddamn in-home babysitter. That's what people do. You feel me? You have the space. Make the rules. Set the boundaries. Form the contracts. You know what I'm saying? Make it work though, but we have it. We have it in our own home and in our own villages. And we can pull people in and protect them better than what we're doing. And our finances can be different. Shout out to Sister Rose Cuisine, man. If I don't, obviously we don't know the ins and outs of anyone's family. But when I tell you I look at them and seen them go from one state to the next and keep that same mission going, you know it ain't easy. You know it ain't easy to pack up no whole family and go somewhere on a dream. You feel me? And keep it going and keep the momentum and keep the energy, you know what I'm saying? And keep all that flowing, you know what I'm saying? And anybody who's in a marriage and act like they've been in a marriage more than 10 years and the conversation and the ideal of poly shit ain't never came up, they just don't want to admit that they human beings. You know what I'm saying? It's a real thing. It's a thing that comes up. It's a conversation that gets talked about. Obviously, it gets shut down a bunch of times, but then a lot of people go through infidelity as well.
That's what I was just about to say. You know what I mean? And that goes back to what I said earlier about some people are in these poly relationships and don't even know it.
That's a bill that get wrong on the post. You feel me? People say, well, y'all already in poly relationships. And she like, that's why I'm going to trip the fuck out as soon as I find out. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the women already know, right? A lot of women will tell you they know or they knew, right? It's when he got messy it became a problem. So the discretion, some women will allow you to do whatever you're going to do as long as you're discreet. It's until it blows the fuck up. You feel me? Michael Jordan hid a kid for 18 years, 19 years. It didn't blow up till it blew up. That's how much money you got to have, though, to have a woman and a child, right? So right now, I just said earlier, we waiting to see how Nick Cannon's babies go, right? With like 9, 10 baby mamas every minute he got. How long he going to be able to hold that together? Are they going to do like a Nick Cannon story, Nick Cannon and his children, the Nick Cannon and the 12 barrels or some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? I hope everything go well, but the difference between Michael Jordan and his hidden away baby and tucked away life and a couple other people who tried to do that and couldn't pull it off is Nick Cannon got more money than all them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So that changes everything. And, you know, people saying, I don't know what type of women would let this happen. There's a lot of different type of human beings out there. You know what I'm saying? They talk about they must all be broke. You naive for thinking they're all broke. You naive for thinking there's a woman with a bachelor's degree who might be a lawyer who wouldn't want to just be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? And to have a baby by a man who gonna make sure they're taken care of, who have not had a child yet. I see women on Facebook right now, damn near 40, still ain't had a baby yet. That woman was waiting on some real shit to happen that still ain't happened yet. She still ain't met a motherfucker who qualified. You know what I'm saying? And that's not that's not bad on her part. That's bad on the fucking world. You know what I'm saying? But I will also say this: we can't be thinking that all of our loves are in our area code, or in our zip code, or in our time zone. You got to be willing to travel, right? It's a couple sisters out there right now who have traveled and changed their lives. They have met the love of their life, and I hope everything goes well for them. We got an elder who just left the country and found the love of her life. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, I wish everybody well. It's so many smiles going on that lasted through the winter time. You know what I'm saying? So the summer is coming, and here we go with the next test. It's always a test. Every relationship is a test. I'm seeing the people who working at it, especially when they putting it on social media. They constantly working at it. Plus, they trying to show it to everybody. So they constantly, you see that they're constantly working at keeping shit fun, interesting, you know what I'm saying, going places, laughing, being goofy with each other, you know. So, but you see those posts where people pranking, they got the relationships where the man and the woman's pranking each other. And people on there talking about, I don't see how they do that. I would not be letting somebody play with me that much in my own house. But it's like, listen, our opinions are so crazy. You got to let people do what's working for them. Because most of the people saying what they wouldn't be allowing ain't got shit working for them. You know what I'm saying? You probably need to loosen the fuck up and have a pillow fight. That's what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Fart a couple times around a motherfucker. Let him fart around you. I wish a motherfucker would fart around me. How long did that last? Oh, man, the tension. You feel me? The tension.
Let it out.
It's better out than in. The tension and the pressure this motherfucker gonna have on him or her trying not to fart around you for a prolonged relationship. Come on, man. But they do it though. I had a woman, it took me a year to catch her doing a number 2. I wasn't hunting her down, but it just kind of, I stumbled into it. You know what I'm saying?
My first thought was like, well, damn, like how, like were you like keeping track on the calendar? Like, goddamn.
No, I was just living my life, and I knew she had never farted around me. You feel me? She had never broke wind around me, and we had lived together now for a year. You know what I'm saying? One day I left our apartment going to class. Shout out to Mount Pleasant, Michigan. I left my apartment going to class, and I came back because I forgot some books. When I came back, the door, it had 2 locks, right? One got to be locked from top on the inside. So I swiped the key. It won't open up. I'm like, what the fuck? So now I'm tripping out because this sport coat crossed the parking lot and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dog, did they just, as soon as the car bit the corner, nigga done hopped the dog, so now I'm banging on the door. You know what I'm saying? You're going to let me in this bitch. There's only 2 windows to get out this bitch, and I'm standing in front of both of them. You know what I'm saying? Let me in. I'm banging on the door. She come back, hit the lock, and take off running. I'm through that bitch. It's only a 2-bedroom apartment. You know what I'm saying? So I'm moving around like, fuck going on here? Because she done disappeared into the back of the apartment. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, the fuck going on here? And the closer I get to that bedroom, Lord, I will never forget it. I'm like, oh. The first thing I said was, did I forget to take the trash out? And she slammed, it was a bathroom off the bed in the bedroom. She slammed it up to my, I'm taking that shit! You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh! And I stood there for a second like, I've never smelled this before. Like, oh my God. She been waiting for me to leave every morning to take like massive dumps. You know what I'm saying? Because if you've been saving it up through the night, you've been had to do this. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't healthy. Because what if we done got it in and everything? You know what I'm saying? You done saved it through getting it in? Oh, come on, man. You can't enjoy getting it in with that up in there, man. You got to go on and take care of that. That shit was crazy. But we was young, you know what I'm saying? We 19 years old. She ain't really got comfortable in herself yet, you know what I'm saying? But after that, it was a wrap. It was no more hiding. And we needed to crack some windows around that bitch a couple times. You know what I'm saying? And that is another reality you got to deal with, because I don't be ready for a woman who will blow a bathroom up. You know what I'm saying? Not and leave it that way. He's gonna leave it like that. That's a different type of woman. Everybody gotta do their thing. But if you're dealing with a woman who just leave out the bathroom and just let it permeate through the hallways and just go sit back on the couch, that's one type of woman. You feel me? That's just one type. We ain't gonna label it, but that's one type. You feel me? Same thing with the dudes. You dealing with a dude who gonna drop that deuce, never touch those wipes. You know what I'm saying? Just keep dry cottonelling it. You know what I'm saying? That's one type of dude. You know what I'm saying? But you got the woman who gonna light a match, smoke a blunt in there, something, burn an incense, light an oil lamp, something.
Yeah, light the toilet paper.
Do something. It's the effort, right? Sometimes, most of the time, for any of us, the love we have for people really is involved in the potential of the person and the effort they're taking to get to that goal. You know what I'm saying? Or wherever we trying to hope they get to, is the effort. You know what I'm saying? So, no, if you just got an effortless shitter in your relationship, the smaller the apartment, the worse. You know what I'm saying? People out here living in apartments, you couldn't possibly do that in no apartment and think we still gonna be cool. I'm straight. I had a small apartment. My thing was like, don't even go to the bathroom and get right back in the bed. Like go drink some water or watch a show for a minute or something. Like if you just drop the deuce, like don't just slide right back up under the covers. That's not, I don't feel like that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's just me though. That's one type of dude. You know what I'm saying? And some people are like that. I'm not alone with that. And thanks to social media, I know that now. You know what I'm saying? I know there's other motherfuckers who don't want a fresh off of pinching it off, backing up against their thigh. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not all right, go on over there now. You know what I'm saying? Stay on your side. Little pooty. You know what I'm saying? But all right, you ready with the you ready?
Oh yeah. Hold on, wait. You ain't cue me up for that.
All right, her name is, my phone died while I was plugged up. I can't keep my shit charged for nothing. But her name is Kiera Sade on Facebook. Kiera Sade has provided us with this week's People's Post, right? The People's Post is a post I look for throughout the week. that is getting a lot of attention or not. It could just have a good, you know what I'm saying, a good vibe to it or a good point to it. But obviously the ones that get the most attention are you know, they stand out the most. So the People's Post this week comes from Kiara Sade. I hope I'm saying her Kiara Sade. I hope I'm saying her name right. But there you go. Oh, there you go. Be on point.
So tell us what the fuck is going on.
It's the people. I can't see it. My phone down. You got it up. You got the first part up. You got to help me out, man. Put it on the screen so they can see it. I sent it to you. Here we go. I remember it though. I just read it. I need you to put it up though so we can talk about it.
Man.
All right. So let's stop the music. Right. All right. So the People's Post. I remember the actual post before it gets into all the numbers.
It's a charger right there.
It's plugged up, bro. I told
you got an iPhone?
Shit. No, I got an Android.
Oh,
don't do that.
I was just wondering because it's two iPhone plugs on there.
Yeah, no, I just need this one. It's plugged up. It's charging now. Oh, I can turn it back on. But anyway, she said that women are basically messing up, choosing men for looks, going after them for looks, right? Mm-hmm. Rather than all the important things, right? So me and Mark, we ran through it before the show started. My phone coming back on. But Mark, if you could just give me the first line of the first one, we just gonna go through. You're just gonna go through the first line of it. She had a couple of points. She had like 6-7 points.
Now you want me to read the shit.
Did I say her name right? What's her name?
Right here, nigga. God damn it.
What's her name?
I don't know what her name is.
It's at the top of it.
Kiara Sade.
I said it right. All right, bet. Okay. So.
She said, okay, for real, too many women out here date men for looks and wonder why they aren't treated like the prize. We got to talk. She said, number one, if a man caught your attention before you caught his, you would end up a placeholder. Should you
Okay, hold on. Let's stop right there. She say it again. What is it?
No, she told me to stop right there.
No, the first line. I just need the first line.
If a man caught your attention before you caught his, you would end up a placeholder.
The placeholder.
Should you choose to pursue him, a man's dream girl, the one who gets the princess treatment. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
The one who gets the what the fuck is wrong with my face? The one who gets the
princess treatment. Can you imagine if a pastor had somebody read and this happened in the church?
The princess treatment. Who doesn't have to pay bills or ask him, the man, twice to do anything? She didn't pursue him.
Okay, so
with the clapping hands in between.
So first, the placeholder is a woman has decided to pursue a man and start telling him, you know, she feeling them and inviting them out and all of this, and now the roles have switched. Women usually are choosing. You've given him the ability to choose you and between who else what he was dealing with or chasing his own damn self. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know the dynamics of that because that's what women typically get to do. Well, I got this one dude who started hollering at me, but you know I'm still trying to see what's going on with James. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to go out. It's our second date, whatever. It's not neither person being a hoe or nothing like that. You playing the field. Right, that's what they used to call that. You playing the field, you checking your options, but that first point is saying a woman should not be volunteering to be an option. You know what I'm saying? Number two,
she says you're not a man. Men are attracted to pretty. They are vain in their masculine nature. You should be attracted to protection and provision. Being taken care of is in your feminine nature. Think about that one.
This is why I'm such an efficient man. You know what I'm saying? My father was a big black man. My stepdad was a big black man. and they were both providers. You feel me? Big black men are an acquired taste, right? Some women actually just like big black men. But you gotta find them. You feel me? Sometimes they'll let you know what's up, but you gotta find them. You know what I'm saying? And being a provider and being a protector is how I have thrived early on. You know what I'm saying? Later on in life, I met women who thought this thing was sexy. You know what I'm saying? They find sexiness in all of this, and I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Especially the ones when I was at my biggest. You know, I was at 400 pounds. Whoever liked that, you know, shout out to you and all your patience. You know what I'm saying? But, you gotta Yeah, I'm with that one. I agree with that one. Being a provider and being a protector is important for men. But yeah, if you tell him all I want is you, we went through that. Where all I want is you. I just want somebody to love me and be and bum niggas started being all about that woman. You feel me? Girl, let me go. He be going crazy. Nigga ain't got no job. He ain't got no car. How he crazy? He broke. You feel me? But they was all up under her. And women know they had a homegirl like that. Where the bum nigga was just all up under her. Had her by the nose. Had her ass. But didn't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, here we go. Provider and protector. Y'all should be looking for that. And not Pretty Ricky. That's what she's saying. All right, what's number 3?
This one right here, boy. Men are hunters. Never did God create gazelles to eat lions. Let that sink in. Only pretty boys want to be pursued. They aren't lions. Ladies, wait for your lion or you're going to be hungry. 2 gazelles sitting around waiting to be hunted.
Okay. So first of all, let's give pretty boys their props, right? Whatever you consider a pretty boy to be, let's act like they don't. Let's not act like they don't make money, right? Everybody want to play the devil's advocate. Yes, every type of man makes money, but we're talking about the personality of a person who has bought into how people treat them based on how they look. That's a different type of person. You feel me? That person is probably used to living off the land, living off favors and kindnesses of people. We know people like that. Usually women.
Like pretty women.
Usually women. But there
something.
are men who exist in this way, and a lot of women know at least one homegirl who ended up with a dude like this. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
I don't like to think that when I see a woman, some average looking person with some super extra looking dude, I don't want to think, oh, she must be taking care of dog. No more than I want to think because I see an average looking dude with a bad chick, he must be taking care of her. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling what the dynamics of that relationship is, but people always want to put labels on things. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, when it comes to the hunting, I ain't never really been with chicks who just like throw it at me like that. You know what I'm saying? It has happened, big as black as I am. It has happened. I'll be like, calm the fuck down. Like, cause I'll be like, are you not fucking somebody? Ain't nobody fucking you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't fucking nobody else? Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, damn, you ain't fucking nobody? So, and then it make me think, well, maybe I shouldn't be fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should slow down if you gotta throw it at me. You know what I'm saying? Obviously I'm a smash, but the thing is, I'm not gonna keep coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta, and I'm not alone in that. I gotta feel like I got her to like me somehow. You know what I'm saying? Or that I went after her, and it's a whole thing. It's probably toxic, more than likely. You know what I'm saying? But if that's the case, if I should be okay with a woman throwing it at me, I should be okay with a woman proposing to me. How's that any different? So if you ain't gonna get on your knee to propose to a dude, why would you get on your knee to suck it without him even having to ask? It's the same thing. You can't be okay with one thing and not be okay with the other. I don't want nobody saying, will you marry me? And I don't want nobody saying, you can get this. Bitch. Is that how you do it? Because if you're doing that to me, you've definitely done it to somebody else, however many other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So what's number 4?
Number 4, she says, y'all be disgusted with a man's height and hairline, but not half on the bills. All for the sake of wanting something cute to look at.
Because the struggle is easier when a motherfucker is fine. Shit. The fuck? The only difference is those fine people ain't gonna stick around with your broke ass. They got too many options. Too many people throwing them too many offers. You know what I'm saying? They want that fine motherfucker. Man or woman, they own their ass. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get over a lot of paranoia about that, because when we wake up every day, it's 30 random dudes who done already said what's up to the woman you fucking with. You know what I'm saying? Like, they, especially if she any type of public figure or doing anything public, it's already, that's just what you got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So never mind where she going or where she gonna be. Nigga, she at the kitchen table ignoring 10 motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So no, you gotta get comfortable in yourself. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you. All right. What's the next one?
All right, what she say? No, he shouldn't be but ugly in your eyes, but he probably shouldn't be no Michael B. Jordan either. Now I guess that's her taste.
That's a level of fine for her, yeah. For the world now.
Either because most of you women are too insecure to deal with the attention of said beauty.
And see, that's what I said earlier, that with how y'all go for average looking dudes right now, if they was any finer, you'd lose your damn man. You know what I'm saying? They already fighting over motherfuckers who will say right now, why they going crazy over him? You know what I'm saying? So imagine how you would be, how some of these people would be if he looked even better. No, don't. No. You need him to be average. You need him to be as average as possible because you can't handle the truth. You know what I'm saying? That was the last one. She had one more.
It was one more long ass one and shit, but then I'd rather go to this one. She says, bottom line is you can't attract any quality men because you're looking for all of the wrong things in a man and overlooking the right things. Pretty men blind you from the red flags and makes you step in your masculine, and now you're treating him like a queen versus being wowed by you. Most men in happy, healthy, committed relationships saw their woman. This is some long shit, man. Why you?
That's a good one. Go ahead and finish. Most men in happy
shit,
relationships saw their woman, and they
turn your phone on.
I know that one. Most men in happy relationships and happy, committed relationships saw their woman, and in the beginning, she wasn't paying him any attention. He had to pursue her. He had to get her to see him, right? And when she finally chose him, whether it was his ears or his hands, it wasn't necessarily how fine he was. It could have been his walk, his talk, the way he princesses her and doles over her. She found something else to love about, so many other things to love about this man, right? That he's not interested in stepping off because this is his dream girl.
Yeah, that's basically what
he has won his prize, and he ready to do what he got to do to keep her. And I see one of them relationships, man. I'm seeing it unfold, and I told her, I say, dog ain't gonna fuck this up. You feel me? And I done seen a bunch of those relationships and they still lasted. I say, nah, he know he didn't won. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna turn that dial again. Don't turn that knob again. Don't touch that dial, right? And it be the same thing with women when they find that man they want. And you be like, him? And she be like, yes, him. You know what I'm saying? You be like, him with the big eyes? They be like, yes. That nigga sees my soul. You know what I'm saying? Like, but no, though.
She said, take this how you may. Mm-hmm. But be warned, as you are out here manifesting, if you saw him first because he was so fine, he probably isn't the one. Remember, he who finds a wife
has found a good thing. It's a lot of different versions. Yeah, it's a lot of different versions of wife, but to me, it's the commitments, right? In the hood, it's a lot of commitments that'll still get your ass hurt as quick as a breaking a marriage proposal with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not. Listen, commitment is commitment. And trust is trust. Marriage, to me, only makes sense for those who are devout in church. Because why else would taking vows unto God matter to someone? They trying to back it up with God, but this motherfucker don't go to church. He don't quote God. He don't read the Bible. He ain't ever read it. And now you saying how he gonna do his wife like this. He don't know what a wife is. You just a woman who eventually required the next step. I have nothing on me. I didn't have a father. I don't have any righteous brothers. I have no religion and no fraternity that's going to keep me solid to what the fuck you talking about. You feel me? You said marriage was supposed to be next, so that's what we did. Some of those men, obviously, there's every type of person. So there's men who are devout in church who cheat because people always want to be the devil's advocate. Yes, but we're talking about the layers of what creates the loyalty to this thing. A person cannot just be loyal to a person. People change. They have to be loyal to an institution and an idea, right? They got to be loyal to the idea of marriage and the institution of marriage. And shout out to the people I know who've been married and been together since high school. I know like 3 couples, bro, who've been together since like the fucking 9th grade, bro. Wow. 9th grade, man. Got out of high school, been together, got married. One couple been together like 20-something years. Almost 30 years.
The one couple I know that got married in high school got divorced immediately after high school.
Man, shout out to real love, and whatever your relationships are, man, hold on to them. Whether they're family, friends, if they're worth holding on to, hold on to, fight to hold on to them. You fight to break them up, so fight to hold on to them. You know what I'm saying? I love everybody who love me and a few people who don't. Shout out to my babies. This has been an hour of what is, what was, and what will be. Go real or go home next week. All the Miss Juneteenth's gonna be here, so tune in so you can find out how maybe your baby can be the next Miss Juneteenth or Mr. Juneteenth. Something we created not too long ago, and happy to keep going. Shout out to all the active moms who have helped us keep Mr. and Miss Juneteenth going. We want to keep these titles going to give our babies something to rally about. Join the Juneteenth parade. Inbox me about that. I'm about to go do some comedy in Melvindale. Appreciate you, Mark Andre. Next week, we'll holler at y'all. Go real or go home.
Warning. You are now tuned in to 7 Mile